Hello, 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 beautiful, lovely people. How are you doing, friend shapes? I hope you had some water. I hope you're nice and awake. And we're ready to go on our side. We've got some Sonic the Hedgehog's Game World. So I think I'm hyped for this game. I know you're hyped for this game. So there's not much to say. Let's pass it along to our fantastic runner. Hi, Broken. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. So this is Sonic's Gameworld, a game that came out on the Sega Pico, a very unknown device. That's basically like a Sega Genesis with bits taken out and other stuff put in, so it can act as like a bit of a laptop with a touchpad that we sort of will be using, and a big cartridge slot where the cartridge had a book in it and you can touch, sort of think of it like the Leap pads or Leapfrog books or VTEX books and stuff like that, or the like early kids consoles sort of stuff. So that's what this game is. So we're just gonna let this cutscene finish. There we go. And we're gonna do one player easy, because why do difficult? Not that it'd be much difference anyway, because this is max score. But we are going to then pick Amy as well, because Amy doesn't get a lot of love recently. So time then is going to start as soon as I click yes in 3, 2, 1. So I immediately had set it to go to the first page. Whoops. I always do that every time. Because if we leave it on page 0, Amy will just ask us to change to the first page. So a little bit of a time save. So as I said, this was max score. So we want to either be the first on everything, or we want to make sure all of our attempts land or hit, or whatever the game wants us to do. So next we have Sonic Ball, which is just Ski Ball. What we want to do is try and get 50, as it's the max amount we can travel by. But on one attempt I do want to get a 30, because this track surprisingly doesn't actually go increase in 50s. It seems to be that ends in either like 230 or 280, something weird, so it's just a little bit faster if we manage to do this. And this will be our last one. And Amy will hit the goal. And the cutscene will play out. I don't want to exit the cutscenes too early, because what can sometimes happen is the score doesn't register, which for the category being max score, we obviously want the scores to register. So here's another easy game where it's just button mashing the big red button on the keypad. As you can, I didn't intend to do this. I was just using this hand to explain. But yeah, I'm going to stop at 15 just to not cramp my hand. But the AI typically only goes to about 13 or 14. Looks like it might get a 14. Yeah. And that's it. So like I said, we want to get the high score. And we did. And next, we have the final game on this page, which for some reason has 4 games, while the next 2 only have 3. So this is a very big spam one. And Amy just didn't want to move though. So that's page 1 done. So I'm going to let that cutscene finish, because again, switching pages too early can cause it to not register. Flag is a very scary one for me for some reason, because of how quick Eggman's animation is. And I never like it. I can't make any mistakes either, so I do have to concentrate a little bit. There will be a point where he will start to do 2 flags, and that's when it gets scary. Yep, there it is. Sometimes I get a bit scared and will just mash a random key. I don't know why I do that. That's anxiety. This game gives me anxiety sometimes. Same with Toy Drop.
That's fair, though. I would do the same. Especially with the twitching animation.
Yeah. Very much. So this is another one that gives me anxiety, because it's asking me to predict and trust in physics of a console that came out in the early 90s. I don't have the confidence in that. So we're just going to play it very safe. I could have gone Eggman, but it can be very iffy at times, whether or not he actually does get picked up or not. So this is my like marathon safe roster. So next we have the stress reliever game, which I very much enjoy. So it's just whack-a-mole, but with Robotnik. So I just get to bash Robotnik's head in for about, what, a minute maybe? So I'm just going to then stop at 21 because that's the max amount I need to get the excellent score. But fun fact, this is the first game to actually reference Robotnik as both Robotnik and Eggman for some random reason. Of all games and of all consoles, it's this one. But yeah, this game came out in both America and Japan. It didn't come out on Europe, unfortunately. So I would have to pay a lot of money if I wanted to get it imported in. But a fun distinction between the both games is that for some reason, Japan said, hey, let's put gambling in our game for kids. So the final 2 pages have gambling games on them. Which, once it came over to America, whatever the board was, said, hey, let's not teach our kids gambling at an early age, let's wait till they're at least 18. So they took that out, and they added a little colouring book in on the final 2 pages. Which is understandable, but a bit sad that we lost, you know, some games or something to replace it with. So now this is just follow the eggs, find the flicky. I do have to concentrate a little bit because obviously I want to make sure I'm constantly knowing where he is, and you might see me constantly try and move my mouse because just like it flicks back to the corner, just a thing with the emulator I think, because if I was doing this with my hand I'd have natural hand twitches. So this is the last one, yep, there we go. And now we have the 2 games I really don't like because of RNG. So, off to a great start. So I only have so many matches made, or recorded because there's a ton it could be. So I'm ideally, this is one of the ones I do have, thankfully. Come on. Now, this is the main issue though with this game. I haven't made any mistakes yet, however, I only have one chance, so I have to get this one right, and it's completely RNG. And we got it, thank God. I hate this level with a passion because it could all be good, but RNG could just completely ruin the run.
Do you have any idea, like, what order of magnitude we're talking about for how many sets of pairs there are?
I've no idea, honestly. I know there's, I think, at least 10 matches it could be, but it could be more. That's, you know, of the ones that I do actually have matches for. But it can be, I wouldn't be surprised if it is more if you leave the game running for long or if you do it too fast or something. So this is the next game, which is RNG, where I have to try and land on Sonic to make Sonic throw a ring at Eggman. Which I'm doing fairly decently at right now. Okay, 3 in a row, that's pretty good. The issue with this is that because of how fast this goes and the fact I have to manually start and stop, I can't time this too well. So I just have to pray. There's been times that I've really badly choked this. I've lost, you know, maybe a minute or so. But it's whatever. Question mark was actually very nice to me, thankfully. That could just mean either one of us throws. If it obviously lands on Robotnik here, he'll obviously hit me, and if I land on the rings, it will give me an extra life. But that is it, and we're on to our final game already, believe it or not. on page 4, and this is Diamond Maze. So we actually fight against Robotnik here, where we try and find 5 Chaos Emeralds. It was the early stages of Sonic. No one knew how many emeralds there actually were, so what we're trying to do here is we're constantly trying to cut him off, because it's just the fastest. Sometimes on our paths we will just get it early, but if that happens, great. If not, then boo, that sucks. So I ideally want to get at least 3 emeralds, so there we go. With 3 we will win. Time's coming up very shortly, so there's time. I don't know when time's going to finish. It just happens because it's just a hunt. It could be under anything. It could be under the first thing. It could be under the last thing. But yeah, that's the game. That's everything. Very short game. Very fun to thing. This scene reminds me a lot of Pokemon for some reason. Is it the intros or something when they do the title cards for the episode? I think it is. But here we are at the cutscene. Where it just goes through all the characters, all the Flickies, and I don't actually know the names of them, if they're just called critters or just Sonic's pals or whatever. But oh, not yeah. There has been an emulation board created for this because I sort of requested it because we found this in the Sonic Encyclopedia. There's our boy Cookie! Sega will never take him away, as much as they try. But other than that, yeah, boards there. We play in the Pico drive, because at the time that this was made, that was the only emulator. But I think what's it called? I can't remember. I was going to say RetroTink. It's not RetroTink. The main emulator everyone uses, I think now does have a Pico emulator.
BizHawk? Is that the one you mean?
No, it's not BizHawk. Why am I choking? I can't. I'm choking. Oh no, RetroArch. Yes, it's RetroArch. Thank you, Big the Dave. Yes, it's. I do believe they do now have an actual proper emulator, but I haven't tested it myself. You'll know it works if you can control the mouse, and it brings up the other windows. As you can see here, there is the book window that you need to do to touch the games, but yeah, other than that, that's everything. But yeah, it's very easy to emulate this game now, and it's fun, so.
This run was really fantastic. I'd never heard of this game before, and now I kind of love it. So thank you so much for showing that off. But before I have you go, my dear Broken Hyperlink, where would we be able to find you? Do you have any fantastic little socials we can follow or something like that?
So I stream over at twitch.tv/brokenhyperlink. My Twitter is also Broken Hyperlink. And then every other speedrunning related social media is, I believe, Broken Hyperlink _SRC or some variation of that. And other than that, that's it here. That's me. Just if you search for Broken Hyperlink, it more than likely is me. And I'm in a ton of servers, so you've probably seen me about.
It's true, we have run into each other before.
Yeah, I've been running into a lot of people from like Lady Arcades and everything. I'm just like, hey, you doing here?
Alright, everyone, let's give Broken Hyperlink one last round of applause before we let them scamper off and enjoy the rest of their day. But stay tuned, because we're actually coming up with more Sonic blocks, because we've got Sonic CD in a little bit, run by Hudson. Or Huds 601. So I will see you all in a little bit. Bye.
Bye.